All right. So we've multiplied monomials. We've done kind of stuff, which is what you were just doing. Okay, we've multiplied those together. We've collected like terms where you're doing stuff like this to get 5x plus 1. Now we're going to put both of those together, except we're going to multiply two binomials together. Okay? And you see this a lot. So this is a very important skill. We're going to use what's called the distributive property. They also will say use FOIL, which we'll talk about at the bottom of the page. Basically, all you do, whatever's in the first bracket gets multiplied by everything in the second bracket. So this x here gets multiplied to this x and that too. So if I go x times x, what does that equal? X squared. X times 2? 2x. Then you have to multiply the 3 by everything as well. So what's 3 times x? 3x. 3 times 2 is? Okay. Now you combine your like terms. So what are the only terms that you can combine? Yeah, these two right here, right? 2x plus 3x is 5x. So you get x squared plus 5x plus 6. And that is your answer. B, draw the arrows if it makes more sense to you. Okay, you don't have to, but 2 or a times 2a, what's that? 2a squared. A times negative 1. Negative a or negative 1a. You don't have to write the 1 if you don't want to. Remember, the number or the sign in front. So negative 7 times 2a. Negative 14. Negative 7 times negative 1. Positive 7. Now what? Which is these two, right? So negative a minus 14a is negative 15a. So I get 2a squared minus 15a plus 7. Is that okay? No, it's negative 1 minus 14. So you're becoming more negative, right? Yeah, that's exactly what you do. So P times Q is PQ. Because you can't do anything. They're not the same variables, right? So you just go PQ. P times negative 8. Or negative 8p. The convention would be to write the number first. And then you do this 8, negative 8. Negative 8 times q. Negative 8 times negative 8 is? Positive 64. Can I combine anything here? Because the two middle terms, p and q, are not the same variable, so you can't combine them. There's nothing that will combine with that, and nothing with 64. So you're done. Yeah. 8pq and pq. You added them, be 9pq. All right. Okay. D. X plus 4y, x minus 5y. So do the same thing. X times x. X squared. X times negative 5y. What sign? There you go. Negative 5xy. 4y times x. 4xy. 4y times negative 5y. Negative 20y x. Negative 20y squared. Are there any like terms? What's the sign on this 5? No, they are like terms, but just don't forget the negative. So what does it combine to? Negative xy. Perfect. So it's x squared minus xy minus 20y squared. E. All right. It's the same process over and over and over again. 9y squared times 5a cubed. What's 9 times 5? 45. What's a squared times a cubed? A5, because you add the exponents. So it's 45a to the 5th, and then you multiply that by 6. 9 times 6 is 54. 54a squared. Negative 1 times 5a cubed. Negative 1 times 6. Are there any like terms? No, there is not. That is it. All right. Everything in the first bracket times everything in the second bracket. This is called the distributive property. It's also called FOIL, which means first term in each bracket gets multiplied, outside terms in each bracket, so first term and first term, outside terms, which is these two, inside terms, which is those two, and then the last terms, which are those two. Just remember everything in the first bracket, everything in the second bracket. The only one I want to look at here, peoples, is this one, D. 6a minus 5b squared. What does that mean? What does the squared mean? So, what does x squared actually mean if I wrote it out? It means x times x, right? So what does this mean? No. It means this times itself. So you have to FOIL it. The 2, you cannot put this 2 into here. That is not an exponent rule. It's only a rule if things are being multiplied. If you have this, 2x, y, and I put a 2 there, then the 2 goes to everything because these are all being multiplied. As soon as you add an addition or subtraction sign, you can no longer do that. Okay? This is important. Star it. I will put a question like this on your test. Guaranteed. Okay? When you see the 2, or if it was a 3, doesn't matter. It means you have to rewrite it like this and then FOIL or distribute it. Okay? So let's finish this question. This will be the last one for today. So 6a minus 5b times 6a minus 5b. 6a times 6a is 6 times 6. 36a squared, right? Don't forget the squareds. 6a times negative 5b. Negative 30 AB. Right? That's what you meant, right? Yeah, but you're sitting next to Tyler, so it's understandable. All right. Negative 5B times 6A. Just did it. Negative 5 times 6. 5 times 6. Thank you. Negative 30AB. 5B, negative 5B times negative 5B. What's negative 5 times negative 5? 25. What's B times B? Squared. Thank you. Are there any terms that you can combine? Yeah, the two middle ones, right? Which combine to what? Negative 60AB. Tack on the other stuff. And you are done. That says done, even though it doesn't look like it. Okay. This is super important, people. Moving forward, if you cannot do this, your mathematical career will end right here. Okay? If you want to do pre-calc 11, pre-calc 12, anything beyond this, you need to be able to do this stuff. Okay? So, I'm going to ask you to do questions 4, 5, and 7. It's a lot. I don't mark homework. Do as many so that you know what you're doing. I think it's 7. 4, 5. Yes, 4, 5, and 7. Please practice this. I have marked all your tests. If you want to see your mark, you can come up and see me one at a time, please.